Hey guys, what's going on? It is Troy here, and in today's video, we're talking about listing optimization, how to leverage the listing manager, as well as some key and important takeaways and insights to make this process super easy and super simple. So with that, I'm here in my listing manager for a product I am taking a look at, which is this black sleep mask. I'm about to build and optimize this listing. Now, if you haven't seen the listing manager before, what we do is carry over keywords from your keyword manager so they're more easily accessible, ready for you to use when you're populating your listing. So first and foremost here at the word level, you'll see all these keywords again from our keyword manager. And then we have visibility into the TSI plus of these keywords. Again, we know that to be the measure of both relevancy and volume. And so as a matter of fact, we want higher TSI plus keywords to have greater focus, greater prioritization as we're building out our listing. So we can filter this at the word level if we want to kind of clean up our keywords. So you can see this list tighten up a little bit because I'm effectively filtering out those lower TSI plus keywords. So again, depending on how many keywords you're managing, what kind of visibility you want to have, leveraging that filtering. So if I scroll past these keywords and take a look at keywords at the phrase level, same functionality there in terms of filtering and then full visibility into the TSI plus for those respective keywords. Make this super simple and super easy. Now that we have some insight into keyword prioritization, now it's the prioritization of the weighting of listing elements. So if I jump over to an article I wrote not too long ago about Pulse, another Seller.Tools metric, I shared with you the weighting of listing elements. Now you probably have heard something similar to this, whether it's other content or even other graphics, but you may have concerns about, is it well-founded? Is there any data to support it? Is there any case studies? Great thing is we've got you covered. In the Academy, one of the few videos in that resource is a case study that Brennan did that effectively supported and confirmed the weighting of listing elements. It was a really cool practical example that empowered and emboldened this insight for you to operate with confidence, knowing this information. So I'm going to encourage you, if you want to save this graphic or refer back to this article, it's going to make building out your listing so super simple. Because as you can probably tell, now that we've identified keyword prioritization and we know the weighting of listing elements, this process is about to get really easy, because the way that I approach building out my listing is I put optimization first. I actually put readability second, because if I can get somebody on my listing, whether it's through images, videos, reviews, I've got so many other proof elements that if I get that much traffic, that much sessions, I can convert and not live and die by the copy or the content of my listing. It's sort of counterintuitive, but that's the nature of Amazon right now. So keep in mind, of course, it might change for your product, for your category, for your audience. Don't ignore those insights, but that's kind of the truth that I've been seeing, is that the fact is if your optimization game is at another level, if you garner enough traffic, you can convert and get those page interactions, get all those rank factors. That content at the end of the day may not be first and foremost in the prioritization landscape. So again, what we can do at this point is take the prioritization of our keywords, the prioritization of listing elements, and start populating our listing. So if I want to just kind of clean up things at the word level here, go ahead and sort some of this information. I'm only managing about 2,000 keywords, not a lot for this product, not a lot for what I like to manage for a specific product. I can start populating my title as an example. So because it's a black sleep mask, I'll start with that keyword, sleep mask, perfect for travel. Now again, keep in mind, readability, content, copywriting, those types of things, I again put that second to the optimization. Now, one thing that you'll notice is I've actually disabled a feature that we have within Listing Manager to remove the ability to have the use of the keywords multiple times, greater frequency. If I enable that feature, what it does is it'll pull those keywords. You'll notice it just pulled them away from that list. So let me go ahead and disable that again so you can see the keywords that I used in my title. It'll pluck it right from that list. So that way, depending on if you want to use greater frequency of keywords, whether your pulse is yellow, you're underperforming or under optimized, you can utilize that as needed when you're populating your listing. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on. We got the last few keywords there, and it looks like I need to add a few more based on how many keywords I'm managing, but then I would populate my title. Again, based on this insight, I would jump into subject matter. If I scroll down a little bit more, and start populating that part of my listing as well. So don't overcomplicate this step. Like I said, when it comes to copywriting, there's a beauty to the simplicity. We have keyword prioritization, we've got listing prioritization, and it leaves a little room for ambiguity, because then you're just adding a little bit of copywriting to put the finishing touches on your listing itself. Now, keep in mind style guidelines, category considerations, your perspective and your preference when it comes to TOS compliance. That's an important part of the equation when you're building a listing on Amazon. But really what I want to share with you is just how easy it is, because prioritization makes this super simple. Essentially, we're giving Amazon everything for more visibility at the keyword level, and then again, referring down to things at the phrase level. Now, that's another kind of key and important takeaway is the way that I prioritize is I'll first populate my listing with the words, then I'll revisit and make sure I need to re-optimize or tweak with the phrases in mind. Because phrases can often be kind of on the nose searches. So as an example, down here, we've got a perfect example, eye mask for sleeping. That's very, very specific, but it's actually got a pretty high TSI plus. We can see based on the color coding, it's got an 8 on the TSI plus scale. Earplugs for sleeping, so that's another one that we can kind of peel traffic off. It's not a direct search, but that's something where if somebody's looking for a sleep mask type solution, they're trying to shut out other sensory inputs, that's a keyword we at least want on our radar, if not somewhere in our listing. Again, keeping in mind the weighting of listing elements. Maybe that's something that ends up a little bit further down because it's not a direct keyword with buyer or search intent for our product. But heck, we love a TSI plus of 8 for a keyword to end up in our listing. So you guys are starting to see the synergy here with keyword prioritization, with listing optimization, and the prioritization and weighting of listing elements to make this process super seamless. And again, that's a takeaway from me, is that I put optimization first, I put copywriting second in terms of readability, and then of course you don't want to forget in terms of style guidelines and category specific considerations, and even just the general terms of service. Your tolerance with that, your willingness to really follow those guidelines and review your listing with that in mind. So with that, guys, that's how you start the process for listing optimization. You can see just how easy this is. If you have any comments, questions, let me know. I'd love to answer those, but I would encourage you to at least re-optimize your listing with these takeaways in mind. Thanks so much, guys, and take care.